we go.
After Hiroshima
I
and
know.
Nagasaki.
I am become death, destroyer
Yes,
of worlds. Like,
fuck.
fuck.
Yeah, like this man knew he fucked up. This man knew. It's like, oh shit.
I done messed
They
up
told
now.
me they needed a bomb. I didn't think they were going to do this.
But that is a pretty badass line, though. In a different context, it's like some action movie hero shit.
Yeah, like the main villain says some shit like that.
Dude, can you imagine if this movie was being directed by Michael Bay? That would be some fucking action hero shit. Like the bomb drops in the distance, you just check Oppenheimer pulling off the shades like, I am become death, destroyer of worlds.
Fucking Michael Bay, shut the fuck up. Oh god. I would not want that man directing. You know, he's the one director. You'd never, if he gets hold of like a script for like a historical movie, fuck no.
Not a fan of his Pearl Harbor movie.
Pearl Harbor? He did a Pearl Harbor movie?
Yeah, man. With Ben Affleck was in it. Alec Baldwin was in it.
Did one. Of course he fucking did one. There were explosions in it. Jeez.
That movie's 3 hours long, dude.
I would not watch it. No.
I'm like, it's the only 3 hour movie he's ever done. Most of his movies like barely scratch the 2 hour mark, but this movie's 3 hours long, dude.
I'm pretty sure Transformers. I'm pretty sure Age of Extinction was like 3 hours.
Really? Didn't feel like.
Yeah.
Huh. Was that the one with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, it's the first one, Mark Wahlberg.
Okay. Hey, I gotta ask, man. Comparing Transformers protagonist, who's the better protagonist? Kate Yeager or Sam Witwicky?
Sam is like a schizophrenic young adult, but he still puts on a better performance than fucking Mark Wahlberg as Kate Yeager. Because I don't fucking like Kate Yeager. He's just annoying. Absolutely annoying as like a protagonist.
How so?
He's like the American version of like the protagonist. Yeah, this is some cool tech. I'm gonna patent it in my name and fucking rip it off because I'm such a good inventor. Invents absolute garbage. His inventions are trash. It's like, I can use this Optimus Prime truck and I can patent the technology and that kind of shit. What kind of scumbag are you?
Can you even afford to patent this shit, man?
Yeah, I don't think he can. The fuck?
Jesus. But he is like he does have like that redeeming quality because dude could have just turned him in. The moment he found out that this truck was Optimus Prime, he could have just called that number like his friend did and turned him in for the money. But he didn't.
Yeah, he could have. He could have, but I mean, so could have Sam. Sam could have like fucking turned in Bumblebee, just like that.
Yeah, but he had no incentive to do so. I mean, Cade was struggling, so yeah.
I mean, fair enough, but morality or lack of decisiveness. I don't know.
I love how the fifth movie just totally upends everything that happened before it. Just.
Oh no, we love to see that. We love movies coming before. They just ruin everything that happened. I love movies that ruin everything that happened before it. Kind of like how Boba Fett is like the super badass, but then he gets his ass handed to him by like 4 mid-level bounty hunters in like the first episode of his own show. Like that completely ruins his badass figure in my eyes. It's kind of like that.
Dude, my biggest gripe with the show is that Mando, in Mandalorian, he doesn't take off the helmet at all. ever until like the last episode when like he needs to, and it works. Like, dude can like Pedro Pascal conveys fucking emotions and acting and shit through the helmets and everything. And in fucking Boba Fett, the dude rarely puts that shit on. Like, what are you doing, man? Why do we, who asked for this?
No, some flippin' nostalgia idiot who like watched the old Star Wars was like, yeah, the Boba Fett guy. Yeah, we should bring him back. I'm like, no. What the fuck are you doing? Keep him as a background character in Mando. Make Mando the main show. Seriously.
Dude. Boba Fett was
It
supposed to have a
hurts.
movie, but they canceled it because, in their eyes, the Han Solo movie underperformed.
I mean, it makes sense, but it made less sense because you're spending more money on a series.
Exactly.
Like, production-wise. But I guess marketing takes up most of the money when you think about it.
Yeah. Would you have preferred a
you don't
Boba
have
Fett
to-
movie? I mean, if Book of Boba Fett was a movie instead of a TV series.
I think I would have liked it more, yeah. I think it would have been a lot better because having it split off for so many episodes is so fucking tedious and so, like, it's so monotonous. And that whole backstory with him and the fucking sand people, it's just like, I don't care. I seriously don't care. Make me care. Like, try.
Yeah. I wouldn't say, did you see Solo? The Han Solo movie?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've never bothered watching it. I've watched Rogue One. Rogue One was alright. It wasn't great. Just alright.
Just didn't have that any like enthusiasm to go out and see Solo. Like,
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
yeah. It's like you haven't really given me much reason to want a Han Solo movie, so yeah, why would I go see one now that you have made it? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It came out how many years ago? Still haven't watched it because who gives a shit about it?
Like you and Fantastic, which still.
Yeah. There's no reason for me to watch it. I'll watch terrible movies. I watched Dune from the fucking 80s. There was a reason for me to watch it because I needed to know why they didn't make a Dune movie for so long. Yeah.
I primarily
and I was
put
like,
that
oh.
down on the director not reading the book and just kind of.
Yeah, you gotta just.
If you're adapting a source material, then read the fucking material. Don't just do your thing and hope it works out.
Him and M. Night Shyamalan, same WhatsApp group. Just say.
What about M. Night? What's going on?
I don't think that fucker watched an episode of Avatar and decided to fuck it up.
They had a guy on the production of Avatar. They had a guy who was essentially, for lack of a better term, the Avatar guy, the guy they would turn to whenever they had questions about like Avatar or whatnot. That right there is a sign that dude didn't watch the show. If you need an Avatar guy, it's a sign that like I didn't watch this shit, so let me pay someone else to do it. It's just.
That's like Grant Gustin's like, yeah, I'm gonna play the Flash, and it's like, dude, tell me everything you know about the Flash comics. He just has an assistant that just like tells him about Flash. Man, that's so dumb.
Dude, it's not like in The Witcher where like Henry Cavill is a massive Witcher fan and like the people who like the show go to him whenever there's like, hey man, like, whatever. But that's different. This is fucking, I don't know how to explain this, but like, it's different. Like with Henry Cavill in The Witcher because that shit works. There's genuine passion there for that project.
I think you don't have to have passion for your project. You don't have to, right? I've seen Indian doctors. They don't have passion for this shit. They're just in it for the money. But you have to understand what you're doing. You have to, at some level, tackle the original material. Because that's what made people fall in love with it. That's why you are directing this movie. because there was passion so much for the original material that it spawned this project. So you owe it to yourself, and if you take yourself seriously, you'll go and look at the source material and find what people found enjoyable about that, and try and adapt it to your whatever it is, play, film, series, whatever it is. If you adapt it like that, because then you're bringing in the original market. And then not just with that, if it's a good quality film, you're bringing in whole new people. I didn't bother about Dune until like I watched the new movie. Now I'm like fucking listening to an interview from 1960 something with Frank Herbert.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
You would normally. I don't see you reading fucking J.K. Rowling's interviews from when she wrote Goblet of Fire or some shit. But like, you know.
No, because J.K. Rowling is like that woman needs help. Genuinely needs help, because you can't be like editing your book like
after it's been written and there's been a movie about it. Just
and then you're trying to. The only reason you're doing that is because of PC culture. Like that's the only reason you're doing it.
And because you just want the attention.
She's like, people aren't talking about Harry Potter anymore.
Let me say some shit. Like,
let me say some shit, and then now they're just like, please shut the fuck up. Like, please,
my favorite ones were like Hermione was originally supposed to be black and handicapped. Like, what? How does that factor in to like anything? Just shit. She says like you can see remnants of that in like when fucking Emma Watson in the first movie she has frizzy hair. Like what? What? Wouldn't you just cast a black chick if that were the case? Like
yeah, that makes less sense the more you think about it.
Dude.
Just,
I love this one. I have a love-hate relationship with the following two. Number one is that Ron Weasley's mom walked in on him masturbating like 6 times. Like, we don't need to know that, but it's just like okay.
And also, it's like, who gives a shit? I mean,
the number one, dude, I love the reaction people get when they hear this. Like, people are just grossed the fuck out when they hear this. Like, cause J.K. Rowling released a list of all the characters, like proper heights and dimensions and weights and whatnot, including dick sizes. And apparently Dobby the Elf is packing under them sheets. So.
It's always the ones you least expect. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, shit, dude. Yeah, man. Kind of puts the movie in a whole new light, like when you see that character, like, oh, that's just nasty, but okay. Shit.
No, I just look at Dobby and I giggle every time you show up. My brothers are like, what's going on? I'm like, you won't understand.
You're not old enough yet. Like, just... Oh, shit. Hey, speaking of the Harry Potter films, the upcoming one, the one where they replaced Johnny Depp, you think, I mean, I know Mads Mikkelsen will do a good job. I mean, it's fucking Mads Mikkelsen, but like, with everything that's happened, would you say like, this movie is kind of doomed?
I think the series was doomed from the beginning, to be honest. That's like, it was kind of shit.
The idea of a Harry Potter prequel series sounds like a bad idea for you.
It's not that, it's just the way it's executed. It looks like a cash cow. It looks like it's gonna bring them the money. They just did it. What's up, everyone? They just did it for the money, essentially. So it's, I don't know. I don't like that vibe. You can tell. There's no fan out there. Oh my god, Fantastic Beasts Part 3 or whatever.
They're too focused on justice for Johnny Depp. Like why is he getting kicked out of movies, but Amber Heard is still an Aquaman? Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna watch Aquaman, my guy. That's just
Yeah. Hey, dude, I
Yeah.
remember
I'll
this.
pirate it.
Yeah.
I'll pirate it.
I remember this shit about like, yeah, Zack Snyder needs to replace Amber Heard from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Just, dude, that was like the movie. The movie was like a couple weeks from coming out when all this shit kicked off properly, and they were like, take her out of the movie. I mean, that's not gonna happen. I mean, it could, but it's not going to.
It's not gonna happen. I don't think Zack is like that committed to
Yeah.
doing that. I mean, you filmed it so long ago, and where are you gonna find a replacement? And all the
Yeah.
CGI, and then you have to do all the cutting and the editing, and then
Not to mention her part isn't that big. She has like 2 scenes, and
yeah,
that's it.
it's like 2 scenes, and she's like not a significant character. In Aquaman 2, though, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like get her out of there. She's a toxic piece of shit.
In the nightmare scene from Zack Snyder's Justice League, it got a chuckle out of me, man. Seeing the
Why?
Joker being like, "You won't kill me. I'm your best friend, and besides, who's gonna give you a reach around?" Just what the
Wow.
fuck? What the
I
hell?
don't know. Joker took it like that. I don't know, Joker took it like that. Damn, Joker.
Like what the?
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn ain't around.
Oh shit. But yeah, it's just
Oh, did you see the rumors?
about what?
The Joker and the Batman.
Just no. I don't want him there, man. Fuck. I'm kind of sick of him,
No,
man.
not
Just
that Joker.
no, not. I know,
not the
but
Joker.
like this movie's gonna have its own Joker. It's just like no, dude. I mean, fucking
No,
Batman has a whole rogues gallery of villains. Why do you keep circling back to this one dude?
No, he's not actually played as the Joker. It's called the what you call it, unnamed Arkham God. Like that's it.
Isn't that the
And he
dude?
has his
Yeah.
yeah. That's the dude from Fantastic Beasts. That kid. Oh no, that was Ezra Miller. I'm thinking of somebody else. Like, this dude looks very similar to Ezra Miller.
Isn't that the dude from the Eternals? Druig.
Yes,
He was like unnamed
yes.
something.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
If he's, people are saying he might be the Joker. Like,
Yeah, makes sense.
but him though. I mean,
Makes sense.
I'm just.
I mean,
It's just I don't know. It's a head scratching like casting choice though. I mean, because Jared Leto was an Oscar winner, you know, like Academy Award winner Jared Leto. So it and he was like a method guy. So I could kind of get why he was cast as Joker, and Heath Ledger was, you know, pretty out there. But like, you know, we saw the results. And Jack Nicholson made sense back then, but this guy.
to be honest, he does make sense when you think about when you put it into like the greater perspective of how this Batman movie looks. Just like its aesthetic, it's so different from what we've gotten before. It's so different, and he fits that like very. It's not. I wouldn't say like 1920s depression, but it's this dark, gloomy city. Not necessarily gritty. It's more glooming. And he fits that aesthetic of the Joker, where it won't be like the light purples that we get. It'll be like the dark purples, more twisted parts of the Joker.
Like
That's what I'm seeing out of it.
Dude is like 6 years younger than Robert Pattinson, man. Like,
I mean,
just saying.
but saying could work.
Barry Keoghan is the Joker. I mean, he was Druig in the Eternals, and like, but other than that, yeah, I can see it. There was this one movie where he was like this dude, and he was tormenting this family, and he was sinister as fuck in that movie. But like, it's that guy with makeup and green hair. I don't know. It'll depend on how he looks. Because in this one, he's unnamed dude, but whatever. In the sequel, it'll depend on how he looks to whether, like, you know. It's a let's wait and see situation, you know.
Yeah, it's like, oh, speaking of wait and see, isn't Uncharted out today?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Shit. It's kind of disappointing to like, oh, Uncharted came out today. Like, really? Huh? I didn't know. Like,
I don't know. Are you gonna go watch it? I'm not gonna watch it. I mean, I might. Okay, I'll be honest.
And you're an
I
Uncharted fan. What does that say?
Okay, to be honest, I heard it's good. It's not great, which is actually what I want to hear from you know.
Wait, whoa. A video game. You actively want this movie to be good, not great?
Yeah,
Why?
I do. Because it means you've done something right. You've not done all the things right. You haven't put the car into fifth gear. Right? Imagine ramming the car all the way into fifth gear and then you have to build on top of that. You can't.
Oh.
You won't be able to. But if you started off good and you slowly make it better, then I'm down. And I think they would do that. If they see the success of this movie and they follow up with a better sequel and a better sequel, and eventually you have a great show. Instead of like ramming it all the way into fifth gear, and then they're like, oh, the second one is kind of a disappointment. You know, they messed up this, they messed up that. I'd rather it be a good movie. It's why Detective Pikachu is getting a sequel, because it's a good movie. It's not great. They don't have to follow up something like gargantuan. They just have to make it better than the first one.
Kind of got that vibe from The Amazing Spider-Man, because say what you want about the second one, but that first movie is good. That first...
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's good.
Yeah.
But they kind of dropped the ball.
So I gotta ask you that. With Amazing Spider-Man 3, you know, Sony was like, you know, we're gonna do this. Do you want to see the director of the first two movies come back, or would you want someone else?
No, I don't want him to come back.
Any particular reason?
Think about this, right? This man had 2 movies to prove to use Andrew Garfield effectively. You had an amazing actor. And then within a span of 45 minutes, half an hour, it took Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, a different director, and you could see how great he was at that character. Do you really want to give it back to the guy who made the character into a dumpster fire at the end of his second movie?
Dude,
I don't think so.
Well, like, it is the old studio interference that I largely blame for the second one, man. Mark Webb isn't a bad director. Amazing Spider-Man proved that. But the second movie, coupled with studio interference and the movie being trimmed down, just, you know.
I don't think he made... I mean, it was good, right? But, like, Andrew Garfield, with less than an hour of screen time, in a Spider-Man movie that's not his, had an amazing performance. He was the most entertaining Spider-Man out of all 3 of them.
Yeah, I remember this thing about, like, he was the one that they hated the most, got the loudest pop when he came back. And it was loud, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was loud.
I mean, Tobey got a pop. Sure, it's Tobey Maguire. We knew he was coming back. But then we saw Andrew Garfield. Fucking... When I saw that movie the second time, dude, it was so crazy. It was like 10 days, maybe 10 days after I saw it the first time. It was like I saw it in the morning, not early in the morning, but like, let's say after 10. You know, the portal opens, out comes Tobey Maguire, no, not Tobey, out comes Andrew Garfield. All the girls like cheered like this time around. It was like,
of course. Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And shit.
Yeah.
You notice how there was barely a reaction to Matt Murdock, and then he caught the break, and suddenly was like, "Oh shit!" I don't get that. I mean, there was
a reaction. There was a reaction when I watched it. People saw Matt Murdock go like, "Holy shit!" Even I was like, holy shit! I knew it was.
Yeah, but it was that silent shit. Like you acknowledging the shit to yourself. Like I mean, where we were, but like yeah, shit though. Yeah, but then the brick. Oh man.
The brick. Damn.
I'm a really good lawyer. Oh, dude, the theater. It's movies like this that make the theater like just a place to be. You know.
Yeah. You're not gonna get that at home, man.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that feeling.
You're not gonna be sitting there by yourself reacting to every little thing. It's just like, nah.
Yeah. To be honest, the one movie I regret not watching in the cinema, especially in IMAX, is Dude.
Yeah. Dude, I held out, dude, man. I held out for like a month because I was just, I wanted to see that shit in the cinema, man. Like, dude, I actually have the fucking movie. And I'm like, dude, I gotta see this in the cinema. Like, from the trailers and everything. It's just like, I want to see this. I want to see this in the cinema, but like, when I actually found the time, dude, it was gone. Fuck, man. Now I just gotta see it on my phone. Still good, but it would have been better, you know.
Man, I can just imagine like that IMAX experience.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You could tell like certain movies are made for that, you know. Like, none of the standard screen crap.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah, that movie was.
Josh Brolin was kind of like in that movie. I found myself laughing sometimes when he was on screen because there was like he was unintentionally funny, like when he was sparring with Paul, and then like Paul had him pinned to the ground, and he was like, because before that he was like, okay, it's time for a sparring session. He's like, I'm not in the mood. But then he like forces him into it. Then he tackles him to the ground. He's like, I see you found the mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
That dry humor.
Yeah. Oh damn. But there was at the beginning when they were like gonna tell the Duke that you gotta go down to Arrakis and shit, and the Duke was like, smile, man. He was like, I am smiling, and his face.
Yeah, the dry humor, dude.
Oh, dude. That guy, Josh Brolin, was perfectly cast as K in the Men in Black third movie. Like, just, dude. I mean,
stoic as shit.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude.
To the end.
Yeah. Dude, in the old days, they probably wouldn't have even had, like, a recasting. They would have just had Tommy Lee Jones dye his hair or some shit. If this movie was made by Marvel, they would have had a CGI Tommy Lee Jones person, like they had young Nick Fury or something. Like, oh, dude.
Man, I don't know. Marvel overuses flippin' CGI.
You feel like they should, cast another actor to play a young version of this character, or should they, like, stick with the CGI? Because this CG is pretty good.
I mean, it is good, but at some point it's really unnecessary. It's like, why are you doing this? Why?
Yeah, it's good until the character has to do a fight scene or running or something.
Oh, yeah, then it's terrible. Then we got utter dog shit.
Yeah. The thing at the end of Eternals, the troll guy.
Wait, which guy?
When Star Fox shows up at the end of Eternals.
Yeah.
There's this like little troll, the Pip, I think his name is, I don't know. He comes up and he's like the dude's herald. The CGI on that guy, okay, he's voiced by Patton Oswalt, but he does not look like Patton Oswalt. Like.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I get you. Yeah, that was terrible. In fact, that whole movie is just the definition of mid. There's nothing good about it, but there's nothing terrible about it. It's just middling.
They were, like Molly hit the nail right on the head when he said it. When he was like talking about it, he said they're like when the action kicks off and the Eternals are like fighting the Deviants and whatnot. It's good, but then there are several scenes like where they're just talking amongst each other, and you're like, okay, now I'm bored.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be saying that in a Marvel movie. There should be no point in a Marvel movie where it was like, okay, now I'm bored. Just.
You know what? I'll give them credit where credit's due, right? they did one thing that I was hoping DC would achieve with the Flash, right?
Oh,
Have you seen how
yeah.
Makari runs?
Yeah. I saw that.
I
Shit.
wish Barry could run like that. I freaking wish Barry could run like that in like the CW series.
I wish Barry could run in the DCEU movies instead of that weird slip and slide that he does. It just,
Okay, it makes sense, but like Makari is used to our powers, so like I can imagine like Grant Gustin's Barry Allen like runs like that. Instead of it's a CGI and it just has its head.
his head, yes. And they
So
they recycle that animation over the season.
yeah, it's so ass.
Yeah. They only
Like
film a new
Makari's
one
running.
when he has a new costume. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like Makari's running, it feels organic.
Yeah. Kind of like Quicksilver, but like with Quicksilver, there's the slow mo scenes, and this one is at regular
Yeah,
speed. And it's kind of like what I wanted to see with that character. Dude, don't get me wrong, I love those slow mo scenes, but I'd kind of like to see what this character's doing at regular speed. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
at like their own speed.
yeah. Speaking
Man,
of the slow mo sequences, which who did it better? Quicksilver or Ezra Miller in Zack Snyder's Justice League when he's like, busting through the window, saving Iris, versus Quicksilver's like the X Mansion scene.
I the X Mansion scene was a little funny, but I think I'm gonna have to give it to Ezra Miller. Like that scene is so fucking cool. He like it's like it shows how Barry Allen would react in that kind of situation, like a young Barry Allen. He just rips off his own shoes, freaking pokes a hole through the thing, and just like, I'm here. What do I do? Saves her from the car. I don't know. It's just that scene is perfect for me.
That scene
This is
just
something.
yeah, and the song just it adds to it, man.
Yeah,
Zack Snyder's Justice League had an amazing soundtrack. Junkie XL, oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Tom Holkenborg did a great job
I mean,
there.
it is Junkie XL. It's
I
the same
know,
person.
I know, but he's going by Tom Holkenborg now, so okay. But let's be honest, Junkie XL is the most DJ sounding name ever.
Man, I want Junkie XL. Like every movie I do, I come the hell on.
What? Not a fan of Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer's alright, but like Junkie did that. That he rewrote. Like imagine a 4-hour soundtrack on his own with almost yeah, with almost no help. Almost no help. He scrapped the entire original soundtrack that he had and rewrote the thing.
Yeah, including his Dark Side theme. Because
Yeah,
in the original, like, it played out exactly like it did in this one, but Darkseid was gonna have his own theme in like the original
yeah,
cut of this movie.
yeah,
It's just like we're never gonna see that movie where Darkseid shows up, or if we do,
yeah,
it's not gonna be Zack Snyder's take on that movie. It's gonna be the DC's.
yeah.
Hey, you think it'll be good? I mean,
Oh, the Flashpoint? I don't have any hope for it. I'm looking for only the Earth 2 shit right now, which is, I think Earth 2 consists of like the Joker movie and this new Batman. And that's it. That's all I'm interested in.
not looking forward to Flash. What did you think of his costume in the trailer?
I hated it. I like the NASA spaceship. It looks better. It seriously looks much better.
Yeah.
I
Unless
don't like, even when Barry had like that flat look costume in the comics, there were certain parts like that, like lines or accents that were given to the suit to make it look bigger. And also Barry in the comics is much bigger. He's a lot more buff. So it like he fills out the suit nicely. Like Ezra Miller, when he wore like that NASA space suit or whatever, it added some weight to him. it made him look bigger, which is why I liked it. But like now they're giving him the flat look. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Just a costume that's an actual costume and not a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the in Zack Snyder's Justice League, dude explains like when he looked at it, it was like abrasion resistant, heat resistant, like all this shit. It looks to just be a costume. Like it doesn't look like any of that shit applies. They just look like clothes. Speaking of clothes, you brought up the scene where dude's shoes come like burning off. And I said it once and I'll say it again. If his shoes come off when he's traveling at that speed, and they burn off, mind you, his clothes should be gone too, man. I'm not saying I want to see buck-ass nude Ezra Miller, but that's what we should be seeing. Just
that's what, really. I think so.
Yeah. How do we transition from that?
There's this. Okay, I'm watching there's a scene with Makari, right? And I think she's fighting. Who's this character? Who's the guy that shoots the lasers out of his eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a scene where she's fighting Icarus, and I'm like, if you just replace her with the Flash, it's perfect. How does Marvel show off super speed than DC? But DC is one of their main heroes, has had speed for so long.
To be fair, this cast of characters is kind of just Marvel's take on the Justice League. When you stop and think about it, Icarus is Superman. Fucking Makari's the Flash. What's the name? Athena is Wonder Woman. Just that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
And Druig is essentially Martian Manhunter, but like.
Yeah.
But really depressing versions of these characters when you stop and think about it.
But like the way their powers are executed, it's like it's so much cooler.
Yeah.
And like the angles for it, like when there's a scene where Makari is beating the shit, like Icarus fires a laser at her, and she's like jumping from side to side to dodge it, and then she starts beating on him, and you can feel the impact of her like punching him. And I've never seen like the Flash have that, except in maybe like cartoon series.
Yeah.
There's like some weight behind that punch.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling in the Batman Brave and the Bold series when that Flash came in. There was this... Yeah, whenever he would go up against Zoom or something. Sure, he threw fast punches, but they never felt like light punches, like, it's just like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had that problem whenever they display, like, the Flash, like... Because imagine coming at that speed and hitting somebody. That's not going to be like, oh, ow, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
You could run through somebody's body with that punch.
Like in A-Train and The Boys.
Yeah, like A-Train ripped through his girlfriend. Okay, that was kind of dark, but you know what I mean.
Dude, and that was some perfect use of slow-mo. Like, as it happened, you saw like the... Oh, dude.
Yeah. That was morbid, but
really well shot.
Yeah, it was really well. Season 3 is coming out, right?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know. I heard that they like wrapped filming, but like that doesn't mean it's coming soon.
Yeah.
There's still like post-production and all that, but yeah.
Yeah, there's still all that other shit to worry about.
Hey, but the way season 2 ended, though, they, I kind of just like that. Even though we had like moments of like, this season 2 had a funny ending. It was gross, but like it was kind of funny to see Homelander just standing on Vought Tower, jizzing off the edge, like I can do what the fuck I want. Like, what the?
Yeah, that's Homelander. That's like if Superman found Twitter and Reddit. Like, dude. That's Homelander. It's like a really twisted human.
Oh shit! I love this. I love this show. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh shit! But goddamn, there was this intense scene with with like Billy the Butcher. Like his wife just died, right? Like his wife accidentally just got lasered by like her son, and like he was
Yeah.
like grieving her body. And the kid is like standing there like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like Homelander just landed, and like the situation's already tense enough because dude's wife just died. Then Homelander just shows up, and it's like, oh shit. And like as like dude is slowly getting up, we see his eyes. Fucking Carl Urban is a great actor, dude. The dude's eyes, there was just like that rage. Like, holy shit. But man, though, and thing is, it was shot like you didn't know what he was gonna do, cause like he stood up, he had like the pipe in his hand, and then he's like slowly turning towards the camera. I'm thinking, is he gonna go after this kid? Like, what the fuck is going on? But then the kid like walks, like stands next to him, and then he stands in front of the kid, like it's to put himself between the kid and Homelander, and it's like, oh. Like, I mean, we know he doesn't have a shot, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's still willing to stand up to the bastard.
Yeah. Shit, though. But the scene between Homelander and Maeve that's like, hey, you need to, like, back up or I'm gonna release this footage of you killing people, you know? Like, it'll ruin everything. Like, you'll lose it all. And it shows, like, this is what really matters to Homelander. Like, the people's love and adoration, so...
Yeah. I mean, he is a narcissist. I mean...
Yeah.
So...
But it shows, like, we also get a glimpse of what would happen if you lost that. Because he's like, if you pull that tape, I'm gonna destroy everyone. It's like, I'm gonna... And we believe it. That's legit. Like, if he lost the people's love, he would just fucking lose it, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Straight up. He's that twisted.
Yeah. Was there a character on this show that you genuinely felt bad for? That, like...
the Aquaman dude.
Really?
The Deep, yeah.
Really?
I mean, imagine like all your friends are sickos, right? Absolute degenerate human beings, but you're the one that gets it pinned on. You're the one that gets called out for that shit. And, you know,
to be fair,
like, they're still doing the digit.
Oh, to be fair, they didn't rape anybody.
Oh, fair enough. I think they've done worse.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an argument to be made there, but still, dude, I mean... The show tried to make me feel sorry for this dude. Like, they shaved his head, they moved him to this town, like, this town in the middle of nowhere. Like, dude.
I did feel sorry for him. I'm like, damn, man, you can't be with the rest of the degenerates. You're too sick in the head.
Shit. There was one moment where I did feel sorry for him. It's when he was talking to, like, this... What's that thing? It's not a crab, but it's like... It has pincers and shit. It's this thing. He was talking to it at this fish market. And he was like, hey, don't worry, little buddy. I'll get you out of here. He's like, hey, can I get, like, that one right there? The guy takes it out of the tank. And he's like, oh, okay. And he immediately chops the thing's fucking head off. And he was like, oh, wait, no. Oh, shit. Like, damn.
Yeah.
He had a friend there for a minute.
Just for a minute.
But
nothing more.
Oh, damn. But what do you think was gonna happen? Dude, it's a fish market. It's not... You can't just adopt one of those...
You could have told the guy, listen, I'll cut it myself. And then take
yeah.
It it's like, oh, shit. You could have been specific.
Yeah.
But no, you weren't. So that's on you.
Yeah. There's this... It kind of reminded me of this scene in Rush Hour 2 where, like, Chris Tucker is, like, going around town in, like, China, is trying to ask for directions. And he comes across this woman, like, she's selling chickens. And she doesn't speak... It's clear that she doesn't speak English. But he's like, hey, can you direct me? Like, whoa. So she, like, hands him this chicken. No, she, like, shows him this chicken. And he was like, whoa. What am I going to do with chicken? Like, I don't want a chicken. He's like, I don't like chickens alive, okay? I like them when they're dead and deep fries, okay? She's like, oh, okay. She grabs his, it's like, axe. And he's like, whoa, no. Don't kill the chicken. Like, he's like, I meant, you can tell what he meant. Like, he was like, I don't want a live chicken. but at the same time, I don't want to see you killing the thing in front of me. So he ended up buying it. So just like, oh, okay. Just Chris Tucker walking around town, chicken in hand. Oh shit. You think, I mean, ever since all those allegations came out against Brett Ratner, you think we'll ever see Rush Hour 4?
Wait.
Brett Ratner directed the first 3 Rush Hour movies, so I'm like, after all those allegations came out against him, you think we'll ever see Rush Hour 4, or is that like permanently gone now?
I don't. You won't really get away with it. And you'll be basically unemployable.
You kind of cut out there for a minute. Like, what was that?
Yeah, it's like, if you're a guy and you do some heinous shit, you're not going to get a role in Hollywood. Unless you're a woman, then you can get away with it. So, yeah, think about it.
Yeah. We're not... He's kind of persona non grata. I mean, he hasn't made a movie since... Fuck, he hasn't made a movie in a while. Shit. Literally since those allegations came out, dude hasn't made a movie. God damn.
Yeah.
I guess his career is over, but like... Would you say the same for Joss Whedon? Like, is he essentially done now?
I think he's a piece of shit, but he'll find work. Somebody will employ his dumbass.
It's just... I mean, when I see Joss Whedon nowadays, it's like that Samuel Jackson line from Jackie Brown. I see him and I'm just like, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful, man. Like, it fits. Think about it, dude. It fits. Like, just picture Sam Jackson with like relaxed hair, ponytail, and a soul patch going, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful. Oh, shit. And it was fucking great. The dude directed Avengers and fucking Firefly and all this shit. Now, oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's on grace, so.
Dude, a human thumb.
Yeah. Either die a hero or you live long to become the villain, I mean.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
I'm excited. I'm low-key excited for Daredevil. Like,
Daredevil 3?
next season or when. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you think Daredevil's gonna get a movie or a TV series?
I want him to appear in the next Spider-Man movie. That's it. That's all I want.
What, the freshman year movie?
Spider-Man and Daredevil duo movie. Fuck yeah. Yeah, it could be like Daredevil's tracking down like something to do with the Kingpin, and then like right at the end of that season, he goes into like the same university, and it's like, Mr. Parker, can I speak to you for a moment? Oh shit!
He would have no idea who he is, dude.
I mean, he'll figure it out. I'm gonna come the fuck out. He's fucking Daredevil. He'll figure it out.
Peter Parker doesn't exist anymore. Just saying. Matt Murdock didn't represent anybody, so... I mean, he'll remember that he was in court, but he won't remember why. But...
Okay, think about it, right? If it's Peter in university, Peter will have re-established his identity or whatever. And I'm pretty sure he's going to name himself Peter Parker. Like, why would he not? What's he going to change his name to? Ben Riley? Really?
You never know. He could. He might be the clone all along, dude.
Nah, never.
You don't want to see the clone saga play out in the MCU?
It's gonna be ass. Listen, the world can barely handle one Tom Holland. Imagine 3. Come on, right?
Yeah. Only this one's blonde. And just...
Oh yeah, and then there's the Scarlet Spider. Oh yeah, he's from an alternate universe. He's so edgy. Yeah, he has a scar over his eye. He only wears black clothing and high boots.
Why do they do that? Why would they want to show that a character is like edgy? They give him a scar over his eye. Look at fucking Gohan, man. They did that.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a dark future.
You lose an eye, dude. You get a monocle, you lose an eye. I mean, yeah.
Oh shit. Or you just go full fucking Raiden and get a whole cyborg body. Just...
I mean, why not? I mean,
what I don't get about Raiden with the cyborg shit, why does he have a cyborg jaw? Like, why? Of all things you could get, just a cyborg jaw. Just wouldn't that shatter your teeth every time you closed your mouth?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to question it. It's just so fucking cool. Oh man. Yeah, but that would shatter his jaw wide open. Just one bite, gone. Teeth gone. Mouth gone. Just like everything above gone.
Yep.
Concuss yourself eating breakfast. Just like,
dude.
Hours.
Oh shit, man. But that was... I didn't understand that, because he lost an arm, right? In the Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, and an eye. So why does that equate to I need an entire body, like a whole new body? Just get a new arm, man.
He did. The rest of his body got fucked up pretty badly.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad, man. Shit.
No, it was pretty bad, dude. He lost a fucking
that was a lot of blood, but like, dude, come on.
I mean,
fucking Snake lost a hand. You don't see him crying about it. Shit.
Yeah, Ray didn't cry about it. He just got a whole new body. I mean, come on. Man, I bought that game from my PC. I need to play it.
But did you see that? Wait. Oh wait, you haven't played it. There's a part. There's a cutscene. I remember I posted this on Facebook. There's a cutscene where like Raiden goes to rescue the president, and the president thinks he's one of the dudes who've been sent to kill him. So he's like, I'm prepared to face the consequences. He walks right up to him and he grabs the dude by his dick, and he's like, "What the?" And the president's like, "You're a man." Oh shit.
He learned from previous president,
dude,
Honorable Donald Trump.
Dude,
grab him by
the. I feel like the Oak was like, this woman is coming to kill me. He's like, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna grab me some pussy before I do. Just.
Some drive-through. Can I get some of that, huh?
I legit posted, like, fucking President Johnson was grabbing people by the pussy long before current presidents. Just... Oh. Shit, dude. Fucking Hideo Kojima, man.
He taught them the way.
Oh. I swear the man is some kind of, like, fortune teller or some shit. No way. All this shit happens exactly like he laid it out. No way. No way this is a coincidence.
Kojima was thinking like 20 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Like, come on. He knew people wanted to be UPS delivery men. He knew it. And that's why he made Death Stranding.
Post-apocalypse man Pats. Just, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, at least he finally got to make a game with Norman Reedus, dude. He'd been wanting to do that since that Silent Hills demo came out.
Yeah, he has been wanting to make. Yeah, I'm glad Norman Reedus got a game. Yeah. I just wish it would be like much more entertaining game. You know.
Yes, not go from point A to point B, and give this guy a package. Then go from point B back to point A. Oh, watch out for the rain.
Oh, isn't that an Assassin's Creed side quest?
What?
Isn't that like an Assassin's Creed kind of side quest?
Sure sounds like one, man. Just.
Yeah, fuck. That's the one game that has like great storyline, completely ass side quests, the worst of the worst.
I think it was mostly down to like with the modern games. They were like, this game is like what fucking over 12 hours of like 80 hours of gameplay. It's like not like only 10 of those hours is actual story. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh man, the Assassin's Creed series has really changed, man. As time has gone on, the series has really changed.
I'm happy for it though, like the way it's changed.
Yeah, you a fan of the present day storyline, or would you prefer that they dropped that entirely?
I think just that we're immersed in the Assassin's Creed system, just let it be, just let it be. Like you're in the animus, you're fully immersed, just let it be. Come on.
Yeah. And stop like checking out every few minutes to, I don't know.
Oh no, I hate that shit. That pissed me off in Black Flag so much.
Wandering around the studio, fucking turning on lights and shit. Like just, what is that guy's job? Stop and think about it. Like, what was that guy's job? Because he's a video game tester. That's why he's in the chair. So why is he going around fixing systems and like just what was he like?
He was looking for a promotion, man. That's what he was trying to do. He was looking for promotions. Like, yeah, the shit ain't it. I keep dying to these damn parts. It's like,
your thoughts on
whatever job they give me, I'll do it.
What are your thoughts on Abstergo being a video game company, as opposed to the shady organization from the first 3 games?
I liked the shady organization shit. Gave it an extra layer for us to work with. I think it was just like, I think it became so dumb. It was like, oh, it's a video game organization. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Like, shut the fuck up. Just let me be the assassin. Let me stab people. Let me run on these rooftops. It's like, stop with this bullshit. Nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted this, and nobody needed this. Get rid of it. Yeah. And they did, kind of.
But I did like that in Rogue, in Assassin's Creed Rogue, they were like, the video game company is just one of many Abstergo fronts. Because I think even they realized, like, hey, this isn't working. We need to, like, change it up. So, it was wise that they were like, Abstergo isn't a video game company. This is just a front that we use for, like, the actual shady shit. It's like that scene in The Boys where, like, Homelander goes to see Edgar, and Edgar is like, you think we're a superhero company. We're not. We're a pharmaceutical company. And, the dude Edgar's just a guy. But, fuck, did he make Homelander look like a chump.
Yeah. All about presence, man. Doesn't matter how much power you have. If you don't have that presence, shit.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I love how he just like patronizes him towards the end. Like after putting him in his place, and he's like, "I believe you have like a movie premiere to go to, or like something." And he's like, "Just
wow."
No, because like Homelander actually enjoys going to those premieres and shit, and now to just like, he's just like, "Hey, don't you have like a movie or something to go to?" Like just like you can tell that got him, man. That got him.
Ooh, felt that. Got a little hot.
Yeah.
After that burn.
Dude. Hey man, Giancarlo Esposito, dude. That guy just
That man has presence.
Yeah.
He has mastered that.
It's whether it's Star Wars or If he played what?
Yeah. If he played the Hobgoblin, like a proper Hobgoblin, I would not mind seeing that.
Yeah. Although there's people out there who think he'd do a great Mr. Freeze.
I mean, he would. He would. He has that like that character about him. But I don't know. I feel like Mr. Freeze is just like a played out character at this point.
What are you talking about?
I talk about Mr. Freeze from the Batman series.
What do you mean? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the dude, I don't think John Carl Esposito would do great in the part, but personally, I think Mads Mikkelsen would do a better job because like Freeze has a sadness to him that's like, you know, yeah.
I think Mads Mikkelsen is hella underrated when it comes to like the superhero genre. Because he's played comic book characters before. He played an assassin, like this retired assassin, in this Netflix adaptation, and he was so freaking good at
Polar. It was awesome. That's one of the reasons I'm like, yo, he'd be a kick-ass Mr. Freeze. But thing is like with Freeze, there's this sadness to him because he didn't want this. He didn't go looking for this shit. He didn't want to be a villain. He didn't want to lose his wife. This is just, the hand he was dealt. And, him being a villain, it's like
Ark.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of like Ark. Ark didn't want to be a villain. He was just made one by circumstance. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Do you know? Oh God. I was like reading up in the Superior Spider-Man story because I knew a little bit about it, but I didn't know the entire thing. And this man is like a better Spider-Man than Peter at some points.
Yes.
Straight, not in terms of character, but like how Spider-Man would like he made bots, right, that would roam the city for him and like look after shady activity, and then call him to it if the cops don't respond. But Peter's out here patrolling every night for a good 3-4 hours doing fuck all. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Work smarter, not harder.
Even in the movies, he doesn't do that shit. He's got like police scanners and shit he listens to. He's not out here just roaming the streets.
Yeah. He's prowling. He's on patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Holland's Spider-Man was doing that in the first movie. It was kind of comedic, like just there was the scene with the guy in the car, and he like webs him. He's like, "You shouldn't steal cars," and he's like, "It's my car."
And then we had that Stan Lee cameo.
He's like, "You kid, don't make me come down there." Like, just come on, dude. Oh shit. Yeah. It was. Thing is, I rewatched that movie, and like, there's a scene where like Stark helps Peter save the ship, and he was like, and like Peter's yelling at him like this wouldn't have happened if you'd have just listened to me, and he's like, I did listen, kid, and he was. There was not just the scene where he's like, who do you think called the FBI? There was a scene where like he just saved Peter from the Vulture, and he was like, can't you be a friendly neighborhood hero, like to the lady who gave you the churro? That line is like a reference to like a scene in the movie where he was like, yeah, he called Happy and he was like, I helped a lady and she gave me a churro. The fact that Tony knows that shows that he was listening. Like, dude.
Yeah. He did listen the entire time.
Yeah.
He did really mentor him into like a better character. He did.
Yeah. That scene where he took the suit from him, it's just like that right there is some proper mentoring shit. He's like, and he explains like, I'm nothing with the suit, and he's like, if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it. Just
yeah, I think that's also a low-key reference to Iron Man 3.
Yeah, because he was without the suit for like most of the film.
Yeah. And then also like the last like few lines he says in the movie, you can take away my toys, you can take away my gadgets, you can destroy my house. the one thing you can't take from me is that I am Iron Man. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Right there, dude. Like, for all that movie's faults, it is, yeah, that's an absolute kick-ass scene, dude.
Yeah.
And the fun fact, that wasn't Robert Downey Jr. in the car.
What do you...
That wasn't him, dude. That was the stand-in. They CGI'd Robert RDJ's face over him because, like, at the time, that was actually a reshoot, dude. That was a reshoot. Like, RDJ couldn't come on set, so they had him record the dialogue, and then the stand-in did the scene, and they just CGI'd his face over him. You didn't notice that. You didn't notice that throughout that whole thing, RDJ didn't talk.
Yeah, he didn't. I felt like that was just because the movie had that theme of him just like monologuing in the background. So I thought, oh, okay, it's whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's just part of the movie. But yeah, I didn't know that.
The China version of the movie has like 7 minutes of this extended scene where Tony goes to China to contact that doctor to like remove the chest piece. That's like, in the regular version, that's like literally just a shot of him in the operating room putting the mask on, going to sleep, and that's it. You know, like.
Yeah.
But in the China version, that's like a whole subplot where the doctor is like prepping for the thing. She's talking to this other doctor. She's on her way to the room. She talks to Pepper, and then you actually see her pulling out the shrapnel. Like, what the?
I mean, also that kind of happened with Age of Extinction because
Oh, it's in China. Like, there's a whole chunk of the whole third act is in China, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that kind
also, like, there were certain scenes that were added.
Yeah. Gotta appeal to that Chinese honorable Xi Jinping and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Or as Jackie Chan called him, Winnie the Pooh.
You know the John Cena thing with the ice cream? Bing chilling. I was so done. I was done.
Dude, like, just John Cena. You remember that shit with Taiwan? It was like he's like one of the first countries that, you know, F9 will be available in is Taiwan, and then afterward he apologized. He's like, I apologize because I recognize Taiwan as a country and it's not.
Wow. Imagine China being that petty all these years later. Imagine being that petty. These motherfuckers left you. And they're like, no, it's still Chinese. I'm like, no, bitch. We're Taiwanese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're so petty.
Dude.
That's how you trigger Chinese communists. You just tell them Taiwan is a country.
Yep. This, what was I gonna say? With the thing you brought up, Age of Extinction and the entire third act, just that movie, like, there's some random. The whole movie just changes into an ad for China in that third act. Like, just there's a scene where dude is like sitting on the rooftop sipping on this Chinese milk, and they make sure that he's sipping at an angle where you can see the label and whatnot. And not only that, there are like 3 other instances throughout that movie where a character is sipping that same brand milk. Like, what the fuck? It's the middle of the afternoon, people just chilling here sipping milk. Like, why?
I mean, it's China. Why not?
Oh, shit. Oh, and the one dude, and the dude in the elevator who just happens to know fucking martial arts to beat up the guys chasing the dude. What the? I thought we were done with this stereotype.
Don't you know every Asian knows Kung Fu? Like, come on, dude. Come on, get with the times, bro. Get with the times.
I thought we were done with this shit, man.
Dude, there was one that was a lot more egregious. It was a Ugandan movie, right? And then, like, the military came into, like, this like, township, and then all of a sudden, like, the township people started fighting, and you had this military guy in the background, like, oh my god, everybody in Uganda knows Kung Fu.
What the fuck?
I was so done. I'll find the clip for you.
Fuck's sake, man. Ah, shit, dude. That's actually not true. I mean, the thing about like most Asian people doing kung fu and shit, like, I genuinely, I was low key racist back in the day, so I generally walked up to this Asian dude who was actually from Asia. I was like, "Hey, do you like most Asian people know kung fu over in Asia?" And he was like, "Well, where I'm from, you do have people with martial arts skills, but there's not a lot of chop suey crap going on."
At least he was honest about it.
The fact that he referred to it as chop suey crap just kind of shows like, hey man, it's kind of insulting that you asked me that shit. Oh
Yeah, because
shit.
chop suey is an American. It's an American food, not.
Yes, it is. I was expecting like when you hear that phrase, you expect to hear from a white guy. Like just some random white guy saying chop suey crap in a movie. Like just, oh shit. What happened?
No, I found the video, dude.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check it out later.
This is so dumb.
With regards to movies, man, like there's directors coming out of the woodwork saying, Marvel movies make it hard for other studios to make blockbuster movies and shit. Just
That's a lie.
that's a lie, dude. Dune was successful. It's not a Marvel movie. Saying,
Yeah, it's not. To be honest, it doesn't need to be. The reason that they see it as such is because they haven't brought anything that's so big and so worthwhile. People will actually go and see it. The Uncharted's coming out. People are going to see it. Like maybe not you and I, because we are skeptical. But somebody out there is going to see that movie.
yeah,
The game, I played it, and they're gonna go watch the movie. But it's like, I think what they're talking about is that only when a Marvel movie comes out does it have that big drive behind it.
yeah,
And to be honest, that can be blamed on the studios that are promoting the movies and not on Marvel. Because that's like hating Marvel because they know what they're doing.
yeah.
You can't.
That's kind of a bullshit thing to do, man. Like just because before, who's a reliable box office director? Like
Chris,
yeah. I mean,
Christopher Nolan.
maybe not lately.
Nolan's I don't know.
Tenet kind of lost money, so yeah.
Okay, except for Tenet, I think Tenet can, like, I mean, other than Tenet, every single movie this man made, I had interest to go watch it in the cinema. Not all of them I did. I didn't go watch Dunkirk in the cinema, but when I watched it, like, at home,
Yeah.
damn, I wished I watched this movie in the cinema. It was so good. And I don't think it's directors now. People aren't going to see specific directors because, like, we have a new crop of directors that are coming up.
Yeah.
When you think about it, we have a whole new crop of directors that are coming up. Like, what's his name? Ryan Coogler, the guy who did Black Panther.
Yeah.
Right?
He also did Creed.
That's a new crop. Yeah, he did Creed as well. That's a new crop of director. Edgar Wright has had skin in the game for a long time, but he's still fairly new when you think about it. He's a brilliant director, but he's like still fairly new, and he's like jumping genres now.
That Pilgrim was years ago. How is he fairly new? And he also did Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. Those are early 2000s movies. How is he new?
Okay, compared to somebody like when I'm thinking of like extensive careers, I'm thinking about 25 to 30.
Yeah, like a Spielberg or something. Like.
Yeah, that's when you're so established within the scene. Like, people know Spielberg. If I have to go up to somebody, it's like, who's Edgar Wright? Then they're not gonna know. You know what I mean? I think at the end of this decade, if Edgar keeps on like making good movies, which he has been, like Soho was pretty good, then he'll be one of those household names, similar to Coogler. Coogler will become a household name. or just I don't see many of them have like coming up. Nolan's going to keep doing what he's doing. That man is never going to stop. He has relentless work ethic. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember there was a time when you couldn't touch Roland Emmerich. When he was like the king of disaster movies, but like, hey, you see the trailer for Moonfall?
No, I didn't. I don't even know what it's about.
Okay, listen to this. Okay, like get ready for this shit. Okay, the moon is on a crash course for Earth, and the twist is the moon is not what we thought it was.
Whoa, that's crazy. What year is this? 2005? You see, that's the problem with these bloody directors, is that they stuck to a genre, it got popular, it reached its zenith, and then it tanked, and it never did anything interesting since then.
And they just kept making those kind of movies.
And they just kept, instead of like branching out to other genres and seeing what's on what they, and how far they can push their eye for directing, they just stay in the same genre, they'll sit there, they'll marinate there, and they'll never do anything.
He tried. Roland Emmerich tried to like branch out and do stuff. He made a movie about the Stonewall riots. It was members of the LGBT community fighting for their rights and shit. He tried, and actual members of the LGBTQ community came out and they were like, "What the fuck is this, man?" Like, just
okay, that's not something you should make a movie on. Come on. Yeah. 1 second.
Yeah. It's just. I don't know.
Later, can I chat to you in about 10 to 15 minutes? I gotta do something good.